Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brent, doing a review of Dark Phoenix. Just wrote a rather lengthy review up on our site that's live that you can go check out, but I wanted to do a video review to kind of go over the basics as to my thought of the film. It's an interesting film in that it is neither good nor bad. It is the fourth film in the latest version of the X-Men. And yeah, it's an interesting one. So it kind of adapts the Dark Phoenix story. There's the Phoenix Force. Jean Grey gets hit by it. Her powers go out of control. There are some nice nods to it of like who's involved. Some of the cosmic aspects of it is there, and then they also shoehorn some storytelling of the fact that Charles Xavier is kind of a dick. That he is an abusive person, that he has manipulated these people to do his bidding and kind of has a bit of an ego about it. It is the X-Men. It's Xavier's men. And even it even addresses the fact that it's men. And the women really seem to be pulling everything off and saving everyone's butts. But the film really is this exploration that Xavier has done some horrible things and has done these horrible things to try to make the world better, that he really is a means to the end sort of person. If it just stuck to that, the film would have been excellent. If you just stick with that and then having Jean Grey have these amazing powers and them having to deal with it, it would be really good. But the film does use this concept of these characters from Dabari that were in the original storyline who also want to use the Phoenix Force to like rebuild their planet. That just all seems really superfluous and just not needed. But that is kind of the setup of where they go with it. I would have just dropped that entire storyline. I don't think it was needed at all. I think there was a lot of stuff that you could have done without it. What I really enjoy with the film is this concept of Xavier being a complete ass. And the beginning of the film, and it's really interesting, is that the X-Men are cheered. They are loved by the world. They are known. They are heroes. And it's a concept that's just not explored enough, and really is clearly just foreshadowing the eventual turn of everything. And that's part of the issue with the film. There's so much foreshadowing. It's so easy to see where things are going. It just feels lazy in so many ways. There's a line where it's like one bad day away from being the enemy. It's like, well, of course the bad day is going to come. Like, no shit. Thank you for telling us that. But it's an interesting film. The writer Simon Kinberg, whatever you pronounce his last name, it feels like he never quite wants to commit to the more intelligent film, and tries to balance this really psychological film about Xavier manipulating people and being a horrible human being with your summer popcorn film. And those two things don't quite jive completely. You can't have a psychological thriller you can, but like not like this. It really feels like they kind of took some of the lessons of Logan and not all the lessons of Logan in producing it. And then the thing that also that jumps out at me is that the film both looks expensive and cheap at the same time. The things that really stand out is that you don't see a lot of mutations. There's one scene in particular where a bunch of kids are sitting on stairs, and you're looking and they're all just kids. Like, there's no one really standing out with like horns or anything like that. And then they zoom in on one kid and he's got like some post-digital effects thing done. Like, no makeup people exist, because it seemed like the makeup people were really busy caking on makeup on the women, where you could see the layers of makeup and like see the glitter on their makeup for whatever reason. So yeah, it's really kind of odd as far as that, and then it also makes the mutants that do have some actual mutation like really stand out and make you notice how few actually have a mutation on top of it. The film eventually leads to a big scene on a train. I don't know what it is about X-Men films and trains, but the whole train sequence, I think, really kind of sums up a lot of the problems with the film. It's both focused and not at the same time. Storm, Nightcrawler, Magneto have some really fantastic moments in it, especially Storm and Nightcrawler, who aren't used fully and used super well in the movie. What a shock! But they've got great moments here. But what's odd is at the same time is the cinematography is like horrible. The train feels very spacious. There's tons of room. There really needed to be more of a claustrophobic feel about it. And the whole time watching it, like I can't help but think about Snowpiercer and how well it did a train sequence, and the whole film's a train sequence. And it was just a far superior cinematographic experience. And it really is like a lot of the film is that I just found myself thinking about other films and how they've done some stuff better, and how, you know, First Class was better and Days of Future Past was better and that Apocalypse was way worse, and I just kept on reflecting on that stuff in a lot of way, which isn't a good thing. So yeah, I mean and I could go in the acting, but the acting is, some of it's just so bad. Some of it's good, but most of it's really bad. And to the point that the audience was laughing at some of the line deliveries. But the thing about the film is I kind of walked away really enjoying Spot the Mutant, which I've done with every film, but every other film I've enjoyed for other reasons other than like Apocalypse and Last Stand. And Wolverine Origins, but even that, Spot the Mutant, was kind of fun. And I found myself spending more time staring at the characters in the background, trying to figure out who was who. Like, Kitty Pryde's there, Quentin Quire is absolutely there. Don't argue on that one, he is totally in this film. Disco Dazzler is there, and I love me some Disco Dazzler. Like, we need Disco Dazzler. We need Disco Dazzler film after seeing this. But it's one of those, like, it's both a celebration of X-Men and just a failure of never quite having that vision out there. As I said, like the Phoenix Force, the film's neither good nor bad, it just is. So really, this is one that if you can go to a matinee, go for it. I wouldn't pay full ticket price for it. This isn't one to drop $20 to go see. But, if you can watch it on Netflix or whatever, like, it's worth it. If you can go see it for, like, $10, I think it's kind of worth it on the big screen. $20 I'd be pissed about, especially if you get 2 tickets and it's date and you're, like, getting popcorn and all that and you're, like, 40, 50, $60 down the hole. Like, screw that. It's not worth that. There's way better ways to spend your money. It's just, it is, like, it wraps up the 4 films, and part of it is it also feels like, with of course the Disney purchase of Fox, that they might have gone and changed some stuff, that it doesn't quite feel like it has that vision of like what's next. Every other film kind of had a vision of what's next. This one didn't, which was really odd. So that's that. You can go read the full review of the movie at graphicpolicy.com. Yeah, it's neither good nor bad. It's the best way of putting it. It just is. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. Yeah, if you are into X-Men, if you're into movies, if you're into comics, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We always appreciate you checking us out. And of course, videos right here. As always, thanks so much. Until next time, I guess, see you at the film. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.